They used to say we were the perfect balance, him loud and magnetic. Me quiet and calm. I used to think it was true. I never wanted the spotlight, I just wanted him. His hand in mine, his voice in the dark, his eyes that softened only for me. I loved that he could light up a room. I felt lucky to be the one he came home to after the crowds, after the applause. I knew his tired silences, the insecurities behind his shine, and for a long time, that was enough. Until the night of his promotion. I'd rushed from work just to be there, my feet hurt, I was proud. I stood beside him as people laughed and toasted and bragged on his behalf. And then someone, his colleague, said it so casually. "You're lucky she's the quiet type. All that ambition might have threatened a man like you." The room chuckled. I waited for him to defend me, a squeeze of my hand, a look. A simple, "She's more than quiet." But he smiled. And then he added, "She's why I sleep easy, knows when to stay in her lane." Laughter exploded. Even I laughed. I had to. But inside, something sank, not like a wave but like a stone. I didn't say anything that night. Not at dinner, not in bed, not the next day. I told myself it was a joke, that I was overreacting, that he didn't mean it. But it kept echoing, "Stay in her lane," like I was a car, not a woman. Like being supportive meant being small. I didn't bring it up, and he didn't notice I needed him too. So I started shrinking quietly. I stopped sharing things. My thoughts, my hopes, my weird jokes. I didn't stop loving him, but I stopped trusting him with the softest parts of me. He noticed I was distant, but he called it moodiness, sensitivity. We argued about nothing, tone, towels, what to eat. He didn't ask why I had changed, just expected me to bounce back. And I wanted to, God, I wanted to. But I didn't feel safe anymore. That was the truth, one moment, one sentence. And I didn't feel seen the same way again. I thought he'd eventually remember. That he'd pull me aside and say, I messed up that night, that he'd see me again, but he never did. So I stayed quiet for months, maybe years. And the silence stopped being heavy, it became normal. Still, I never stopped loving him, even after all that. My frustration, a silent pressure, finally broke. There was no point in staying quiet any longer. I had to talk it out and find a way to end this. I missed him so much, the man he used to be. Apologizing felt like the only way forward, so I packed my things, planning to talk to him tonight. On the way home, I made a quick stop for a bottle of wine, a small indulgence. As I drove, all the stress, the relief, the determination, and even a deep anger started to pour out of me. I wanted my husband back, our marriage healed. I saw the truck too late. My last thoughts were of him, how every version of me that loved him died a little that night. And all I ever needed was for him to choose me in that moment.